Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. I have not posted in forever. It's been like 6 months almost. I've last played NG. Probably a lot of you didn't know that I've been playing survival. Maybe a lot of you have questioned why Ben Miller has not been on Nether Games as much, why I haven't been on Nether Games, what happened to my global grind, and all those different things. And today I will be explaining why, and as you already saw by the title, this video is how I got to 1,000 days in Minecraft Hardcore. And, you may not have expected it, but this world is done in doubles, me and Ben Miller, and as you see that right there, that just turned from 999 to day 1,000. Ben Miller has been on this journey with me from the very start, and has helped a lot. Neither of us have died, because we have both been on all the time checking. Neither of us have died, we would not do that. It just takes away the fun. This is probably the third world that we did, because previously we had died. But we finally did it, as you can see right here. We have a couple packs on this world. It's on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It's on hard mode, we've never changed the mode. Cheats are completely off, they've never been on. There's Hardcore Hearts pack, there's this thing which allows us to see the days, and it's accurate. And there's also like a glass texture pack and a low fire. So just a couple of things, but the world is still completely vanilla. And maybe you're looking at the bottom of my XP bar and you're questioning why I'm at level 222. A lot of you may think that I used an XP duplication glitch or something of the following, but I did not. I entirely got that without any XP duplication whatsoever. It's all from one farm that I made, which I'll show you later on in this video. There's no duplication, no kelp, 0 tick farms, nothing like that. So let's get into the video. We're going to start off with the tour of this cool piston door that was created by Ben, and there is this. This is the sorting system. It has chests all over, as you can see, with this cool glass. This is the texture pack, and this cool build. This entire station and all the redstone behind this, if I go over here, it's all fully done. The only thing we need to do is item frames and create the items that want to be sorted, but for the most part, this is fully completed, and this is 100% done by Ben Miller. However, I mined out probably 75% of this area for him, but he did all of the work. Now this world's probably a 50-50 in all the stuff we did, which I'll show you later on. These are all of our shulkers just lying around from a bunch of different things, and this is going to be very useful for later on. Also, before I move on to the next thing, I wanted to let you guys know I will be making a 1,000 day video every 1,000 days. So if I make it to 2,000 days without dying, I'll post a 2,000 day video. And I'm not going to do it recording what I'm doing constantly, because yeah, it's just not going to work out too well. But this will, so I'll do this every 1,000 days, and if I happen to die, him or me, then I'll post a video on that, and that will be the end of the world. But I doubt we'll die because of this fully maxed netherite armor we have, and, well, all of this gear, all the silk touch items, all these. This piston door does mess up a little bit. Now we're going to move on to the super smelter. There's a super smelter down here. We have 3 different super smelters. They're quite simple. You just have a lever over here that you push. These go along, and the one on the back is for the fuel, and the one on the top is for the items. And we have a stack of dried kelp blocks in each of them, except for this one because I had to use it for something else, but I will get that back. Now, we entirely got the kelp by mining the kelp, no kelp farm, and then we used lava buckets to smelt it through this sorting system here for the furnace, and then that's how we got all these kelp blocks in each one. There's a stack of kelp blocks, which is a lot for smelting. Now, if you're wondering why this area isn't furnished and all of this, well, we'll get to that, but we've been focusing on bigger projects. Now, this down here, if I break in here real quick, my silk touch pickaxe, we've got a 6 beacon with all different effects. Now, the reason there's not the 6 beacon here is because it's somewhere else currently for another project we were doing. It's the haste one, but there is a haste 1 instead of haste 2 here still, between the 5 beacons. but it is fully powered down there with emeralds from our raid farm, which I will get to later. Now let me just get out of here. Okay, now I got out of there. I had to cut that out because that took way too long of time. Now we go up here. If I can get up there. This was going to be a house, our base or whatever, but we ended up making the area back there just, you know, the sorting system. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Our base is this. If I fly up to get an overview, we took over this village here on this mountain, and we've had this from the very start. A sugarcane farm here, we have a wheat farm here, and with a fortune hoe like this one right here, it's very easy to get a lot of items. Like for all the golden carrots we have for this entire world, we have this. We go through it with a fortune hoe one time and we get like more than that of carrots, and then we have a gold farm for all of our gold. Now there's a bunch of chests randomly out here. We do need to get to organizing, but my ender chest is pretty much full of shulker boxes with a bunch of different things in it. It's very useful. Ben as well. This base was kind of a mix of who built it, and the sorting system was built by me, which is, or not the sorting system, the super smelter was built by me, which is quite simple, so it's whatever. This is our netherwort farm here. It's how we get netherwort for potions, and here's our big potion station with, it's not that chest, it's this chest, with all the water bottles that we can use. And from the very start, we have used this bridge, if I can not die here. We've used this bridge to go back and forth, because this is the villager breeder, the villagers down there, they go up in the water, whatever, kind of simple system. From the very, that was built by him. And this, with a 50-50 in here, of where we have all our villagers. We have unbreaking and mending. Now, we never cured them, but we have an emerald farm, so we didn't really, or a raid farm, so we didn't really need to do so. But these are all of our villagers that are very helpful to getting all the enchants that we have. And now I can move on to other things. So the next thing I would show is, well, this cave. I have a project idea for this cave in the future, and a lot of more projects that you guys will see, and this is not even nearly being done. Now, if you see, there was glass up there, right there, because we were going to make it a farm, but then we decided not to, because, well, yeah, you could kind of see the area. It's just a crazy cave that we have by chance. It's just, we decided to make our base here because it was a really cool cave that I found, and it's not too far from spawn. If I follow this railroad track, which we use quite a bit, I could go over here, and you could see this. This is our iron farm. This is entirely built by Ben. It's not the most complex thing, but if I go up here, there's just lava, it pushes them down, and if I open this, entirely leafed off, a bunch of iron and poppies. There's all these dudes in there that we had to breed and bring by this track. It took a while, but it's well worth it. By the way, this was from one full night of 10 hours of AFKing in this safe room here. A lot of these farms and stuff are in our world has been built by the YouTuber JC Plays and Silent Whisperer. So I can move over here to the next thing, the gold farm. And the gold farm has this big portal and this water system and the lava up there because there's fire spreads on, because that's naturally how it is. And this has created a really good piglin farm. So the piglins will spawn from up there, they'll drop in here in the killer. We had an enchanting room because it gives so much XP. We have a better XP farm than this, but this was our way of getting all the gold nuggets go in here, and the rotten flesh goes in there, and there's a lot. So let me quickly get to turning on this farm. Okay, so first we flip this switch, which allows the portal to light and spawn the pigmen. However, that works. I don't really fully understand it, but it does. And we go down here, and we turn on the killing system. It's a trident killer. And then we go over here, and we flick this switch, which turns on the dispenser to throw the lava, or no, to throw the golden swords into the lava, because, you know, we only want the gold ingots, gold nuggets, and the rotten flesh. And I can just stand here, and you see, for the level that I'm at, level 222, it's going up decently quick, and like the items that we can repair, they repair relatively quickly. This was our XP farm for the longest time, but now I'm gonna go turn those switches off, and we'll go to the next thing. Okay, there's the base. I finished turning that off. Here's the gold farm, and if we fly all the way over here, past this mountain, give me a second to get over here, we have a house that I was working on. I did kind of stop building it, but there is this cool mountain house that I was kind of working towards building. I've got this cool kind of design going here, inspired from a video idea. This is built by me, and I'm thinking these areas would go into the wall to kind of create a mountain house. Just got this cool system on the edge of this thing, and I think it would just end up looking really cool, because I love mountain houses, and there's also sea lanterns below all of these. Now, the next farm, or the next thing I'm going to go show is the nether hub, so let me fly back to the base real quick. Here we are. This is the portal at our base, which you most likely saw, and this brings us to the nether hub, entirely built by me. Probably one of the biggest projects I've done on this world. This took a very long time. Now here is the nether hub. This huge area with this glass here for spawn proofing, slabs, this design, 100% inspired by me, nothing else. I just built this all by myself off of, let's figure it out. It's a pretty good build, saying I'm not a builder. It is a lot of stone brick, and really only stone brick, because I thought it would blend well to make it not feel like the nether, so it feels like a safe place. And we got these tunnels, all the different tunnels to the different farms and builds and areas, which will make the area very colorful in the end. And the skeleton probably spawn in another back over there. But if I go through one of these tunnels, so I'll show you, we'll go through the Guardian tunnel first. So we have a fully powered rail system because of levers below. We got all this gold from the gold farm and the redstone, just going around caves. All of these sea lanterns and all of this stuff has come from this farm down this way, which if we follow through this tunnel, this was built by Ben, by the way, this tunnel goes to this Guardian farm right there, and if I go down here, then we see this thing. And if I go in here, there's all the chests that sort all the different stuff. There's a bunch of stuff there. And then if we go over here, there's harming potions, which we can throw right here when the Guardians fall. This requires 2 people, but there is the nether only, or not the nether only, there's the overworld only one, which I will show you in a second through that other portal, which I only need to be on, so I can show you this right now. You won't see the Guardians fall, however, they fall very quick. This is the fastest Guardian farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. And it's just insane. This is how I got my levels. This is how we've done pretty much everything. Now here, if we go through this portal, wait for it to load, we're here at this mushroom thing. Now we're going to go up here real quick to demonstrate this. It's just a portal in the middle of nowhere. If we go up this ladder area, this is also another method where we can get food. It's a mushroom island, so we get mushroom cows to spawn there, we can AFK over there, and it's just great for food if we just AFK for a couple hours. Now, the portal's over there. If I go this way to about 3,300, 4,300, we have the Guardian farm, which I can show you. If we made that portal too close, it would interfere with the design, which is why it's not the closest thing to the Guardian farm. Now, here we are approaching the Guardian farm. We have this massive build. I drained out an area of 4 blocks low. I made all these different things entirely built by me. Each of these tridents have impaling 5 and mending on them. There's 48 total with all these different systems. There's 24 of these killers, and it's just a crazy build. Now if we go up here, if we go up here to the AFK area, you can see that there's the overworld and the nether switch, so someone has to be in the nether for the nether part to work. Or I could spawn them and then go in there, but you don't want to have anything go wrong, because it does get pretty laggy. Now if I turn on the overworld only, it switches this up, and you may see the Guardians in there, but you probably won't. You see the rays trying to attack me, but they die so quick they'll never be able to hit you. If I stand against this slab, you start to see all the items come up because of the ice is down there, and the XP will start going soon. All those items are going in down there, and there's a sorting system putting them through all those chests. Now, if you look here, it'll start to add up the XP. Give it a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd say this is about the maximum XP. If you look at my durability of my shovel, it goes up relatively quickly. And if you look at my XP bar, it goes up much quicker than the gold farm, and you get from level 0 to XP level 30 in about 10 seconds in this farm. Maybe in the nether it's even quicker. The XP or the loot isn't as much because my looting sword is attached to all of those tridents, so I get more of that here. Now if I turn the switch off, because it is getting pretty laggy, and just for the video's sake, I'm just demonstrating it. If I turn it off, it takes a second for all the items to keep going and the XP, and then all the items, well, they'll go through here in these overflow chests and then sort through the system. We do need to make a faster sorting system because it's not quick enough, so it overflows and kind of breaks, but I'll cut this out as this kind of finishes up its system. There we go, that is enough of that, so it's done giving me XP and all that. If you go through here, there's a sorting system in the lava, storing the lava for the fish, because we don't need that. Now if we go down here, this huge thing, all of this was drained and mined out. It was a crazy project to do. And we have these chests. So those go in the, what are they called? The prismarine crystals go in that side, and the prismarine shards go in this side. Now it looks like a couple are in here, probably because I was putting them in there when I was crafting the sea lanterns and stuff like that. And this is how we get a lot of our items in this world. It is the best farm by Silent Whisper, and it is very worth building. Now, if I can get out of here. You didn't see that. As you can see, I tend to pop a lot of totems in this world. Good that we have a raid farm, because there hasn't been really a close death in this world. There's just been popping totems because, well, yeah. And from that gold farm, we can just eat golden apples like they're normal food. Now, I should be a little bit more careful as we head over to the next farm. The next farm is going to be very far away at around 1,000, 2,000, so I'm just going to go up here and glide all the way there, because I think that's probably the quickest way. Now, well, I'll just cut this part out as, well, I take a crazy long time flying there. Probably not that long, but you don't want to watch me look at the stars for a minute, so I'll see you right now. Okay, so here we are, arriving at a bunch of the farms here. The first farm I'm going to show you guys is the drown farm. This is the drown farm up here. This big layer of leaves to make sure it's nice and dark for the drowns to spawn. As you see, there's some in there. This drown farm gets us a lot of rotten flesh, which we have from the gold farm, so mainly it's for tridents, which you see some of them have tridents, and they drop quite a bit of tridents, so this is great for supplying tridents for all of our farms here. And it gives you an okay amount of XP as well. The next farm is going to be the creeper farm. And the creeper farm is right over here, decently close to it, far enough away so it doesn't affect it. There's slabbed roof up here. There's about, how many layers is this? Let's figure this out. There are 7 layers of creeper farm up here. We've got these obsidian boxes to AFK so we don't die, because the XP, doesn't cause that much lag, because there's not too much from this farm. There's a lot of creepers here, and this is how we get all of our gunpowder in this world for all of our fireworks. The next farm I'm going to go to is the squid farm. As funny as that sounds, yes, we do. We have a squid farm. It gets us a lot of squid ink for a project that I will show you that Ben completed. Now let me just fly over to the squid farm. I think it's right here. It is. So the squid farm, basically, yeah, they just spawn in there. They go to the bottom, and, well, we get a lot of squid ink, which gets us a lot of black dye for a lot of glass. It's just helpful for a lot of projects. And we can AFK in a different spot, some sort of area, to get more bones from fish, which can be a bone meal farm as well. So as you see, there's a lot of ink there, but I don't have minecarts running, so, it's not collecting at the moment. So the next farm I'm going to go to is going to be the raid farm, so I will see you there. Here we are in the Nether Hub again. I'll show you the other tunnels in a minute. That was the Guardian farm over there. This goes to the end portal, which we have a design for using a lot of that glass. This is a sand tunnel that I built, which is over 1,500 blocks long. and it goes to a desert, which the nearest desert is 15,000 blocks away in the overworld, so it's a long tunnel. I'll speed it up when I fly through there later. But something we actually did forget to create was the tunnel for the raid farm, which is here, so I guess I'm just gonna fly through this netherrack path here and try not to, take too much damage, but I'll speed this up. And here we are at the raid farm. That tunnel will be created at some point before the next 2,000 days. Or before the next 2,000 day video. That is, if we survive. Now, here is the raid farm. There was a catastrophe at some point where lava for the killing chamber up here flowed down, which is why, half the raid farm is kind of broken down there. But it still does work. If I go down here, I have no idea why. What is the... What? What are the odds of that? I have no idea why that's down there. No, okay, no, I understand now. So, the mobs probably walked in that open door over there, and I threw a bunch of the armor down from this farm, and they probably all picked it up, which is very funny, because I thought that was some rare chance, but I'll leave them there for the fun of it until we use this raid farm. But there's the killing chamber down here, which we kill. There's a... Let me get up here. There is a switch here to turn on the Trident Killer down here, which a raid captain would spawn. And there's a villager up there, which took a long time to get. That's kind of why there's rails. And then we would turn on this lever, which would kill the raid itself. And, it would just give us infinite totems and emeralds and all this loot. So we make a sorting system here with shulker loaders, so it puts all the items into shulker boxes, but first we gotta make shulker farms, all these projects will be done later on. I also did build another hoglin farm, except it didn't end up working out too well, so, I'm not gonna demonstrate that. So, there's a few things left I want to show you. There are a bunch of different cool biomes, like mangrove biomes and all these different stuff that we've gone to and seen, but I want to get to showing you more builds before this video gets too long, so I'll see you back at the Nether Hub. Now we are back at the Nether Hub. Okay, so here we are, and the next tunnel we're going to go to is through this end tunnel. It's quite the short tunnel here, but if we go to the end right over here, we can run into this wall, because it's full of hay bales. Probably take a little bit too much damage there. And here is the stronghold. Let that load. Okay, here we are. This is the portal here. Probably some stuff went through. And here, this was built by Ben. This was the stronghold room. Mined it out. Placed all this black concrete around. And there is black glass as well for spawn proofing, but you really can't see it. And there's these islands with, sea lanterns on them through this block here. But, you can't really... Oh my gosh! Do you see my health and how I almost just... Because when you run against a wall, you take a lot of tick damage, which ends up, I probably could have died there, but we're fine. Maybe I should stop flying around everywhere for the video's sake, because this is probably the closest to deaths I've ever had on this video, which is quite terrifying. Here we are, though. We've got these islands kind of mimicking the end, and we have the end. Now, if we go through this portal, trust me, it's safe. I'm not going to get killed. Here we are. And if we go up this, which we mined up here, this is our end. And this grass that we placed for this project was not placed on top of the endstone. We broke the endstone and placed it in the same spot. So, as you can see my pickaxe, I was working on it quite a bit earlier and repairing it. But this project took a very long time to do, and we had to light up everything. It was a mixed work between me and Ben. It was my idea for this project, but it's very cool. As you can see, it's probably 85% done. We didn't just get to finish it before 1,000 days, but we will probably immediately after this video. As you see, there's a lot of grass, and to show my point that we broke it, see how it's below here, and this is just all the natural, crevices. And if we go over here, I was working on this a little bit earlier, which over here, there was just naturally generated like cave that was exactly this shape. So I broke all this, placed dirt and grass, it's still some of it's turning back into dirt, and I placed a bunch of water in here, so it's, we have a little water cave, or a little lake here to make it more like the overworld. We'll probably do a future build here, like of maybe a modern ship or some crazy thing, but we'll see. I'm gonna go through this portal, and we'll be at spawn because I forgot to set a bed at the base. So I'll show you spawn, because this, well, is how we got all of the grass. We just mined all of this at spawn, so spawn is kind of ruined, but I'll see you as I go back to the nether hub, flying 2,000 blocks back to the base, and, well, I'll show you one of the last things in the world that we have done. Also, by the way, as I'm flying back to the base to go to the nether hub, this world is hosted on a 2-player realm created by me, and I pay for it for me and Ben to play on, so he can play when I'm not on and stuff like that. We're both very honest, and we really, if we were to die, we would tell each other. It's something we both care about. But I bought the realm so we can play in AFK overnight when some others can't, and it just makes it much easier instead of me hosting it. And Minecraft in general has a lot of bugs with world files and stuff, and I just wanted to keep it safe in the realm, because it also is less laggy on me. So here we are in the nether hub again, and this is the sand tunnel, or the desert tunnel, as you can see, this design that I kind of did. He shaped out the design, but kind of came up with this part. Now, if I speed up this is how long this desert tunnel is to bring us to the nearest desert. So, well, just watch. And just like the other ones, we can run right into this and take minimal damage due to the hay bales. And there's that rail system all the way there for who knows why, but we decided to build that. Now, if this decides to load, we'll see how we're at 10,000. The right coordinate's similar to the base, but we're at 10,000 for the nearest desert. This is how I got all of the sandstone. I had to mine this by hand. And, well, this is the desert. It goes on forever. We've looted this desert temple and a lot of others and stuff like that, but there's also a mesa biome here. This is just how we get all of our sand and our sandstone. Deserts are just very useful. Now, that is pretty much it for the world. This is the tour of my 1,000-day hardcore world with Ben. We've both done a lot on this world, spent a lot of hours. This is why we haven't been so active on many other things. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much it for it. But I'd love to see what you guys think of the world, what you guys think I should do. I definitely have project ideas that we're going to be working on for the next 1,000 days at least. And, many other things. Now, there's no tunnel to the nether fortress, but we will build that soon. However, the nether fortress is like, 100 blocks from the nether hub through the desert tunnel if you just break out to the right of the portal. So there's that. I'm going to show you guys one last thing, so I'll cut it out and go back to the nether hub. Here we are back at the nether hub, and this is the thing I wanted to show you, just this small exit. Probably going to build it on all 4 sides or something for it. Maybe it'll go down to a netherite mine down below. Probably something like that instead of them all going out, because the walls over there probably just go into a wall. Now there's this design which will go out here just so we can go to the open nether. Now, if I go along this path to show you, it's at a few hundred blocks, so it's about right a little bit more. It's right here. I had to cut it out because it's a little bit farther than I thought it was. But here's the nether fortress. He's going to be finding another nether fortress and making a wither skeleton farm so we can get more beacons and stuff like that in the future. But that is pretty much it for the video. I've showcased the world. And, well, yeah, just let me know in the comments how you guys like the world and what you think about the 1,000 days. And, if you have any ideas for the future and so-called. Our goal for this world is going to be 30,000 days, which is a far goal, and it's going to take a long time, but this hardcore world has only existed for 2 months, and we're at 1,000 days, so with that pace, it's not the farthest thing away. It will take a couple of years, but, we're dedicated to do that. We have ideas for these tunnels. We're not exactly sure what they're going to be yet, but we will see. I guess for this one over here, it's obviously going to be for the raid farm, for that design. But, yeah, that is going to be it for the video, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I will probably not post another video about the hardcore world until 2000 days, and I probably won't be active on YouTube as far as posting Nether games or edited Clash Royale gameplay, because I'll just be focusing on this. If I do, well, you'll see that, but most likely, see you guys in a few months for the 2000 day video, and also thank you to all the people who watched to the end, and a lot of people from Ben's channel are here most likely because he's linked this video in his channel to show, well, you know, what he's been doing. So I hope you all enjoyed this kind of editing style and how I did this video, which took quite a long time to edit. So, well, this video was recorded on Saturday morning, so you could kind of see how long it took to edit and post. Well, see you all in another one.